Hello class 1, so I have got a little bit of an art task for you to complete this week. This half term we would have been learning all about flowers and we would have been doing some observational drawings on flowers. So that's why I am in my garden, because there are lots of flowers for me to have a look at. So I've already had a good look around to decide what flower I would like us to look at today. So an observational drawing is a drawing where you are just looking at all the details that are there and you are drawing what you can see. You're not drawing what you think should be there or what image you've got in your head as to what an object would look like. So for example, if I said to you, please go and draw me a flower, I think that quite a lot of you would come and show me a picture similar to this, which is fine. This is a representation of a flower. It's got the features that we would expect to see in a flower. We've got our petals, we've got our stem, and we have got the leaves as well. But I have been having a little look around my garden and I can't see any flowers that actually look like that. There are some flowers of similar colours, but nothing that looks like that with regards to the shapes. So we're going to choose a flower today, and I'm going to choose this one here. These are tulips. Now I grew these tulips from a bulb and they're actually doing really well. They've shot up over the last couple of weeks with all the lovely weather that we have had. So we're going to look at a tulip today. That's a type of flower. We're going to look in detail at the parts that make up the flower, and that's what we're going to have a little go at drawing today. So let me get rid of this, pop that one out of the way. Okay, so the first thing I would say is look at the shape. What overall shape does this tulip have? I suppose it's a little bit like an oval. So you'd expect the head of the flower to be that type of a shape. Okay, but there's lots more detail in this flower. You might not be able to see it very clearly there, but when you go into your garden or if you're going out and about on a walk, you should be able to spot the detail in the flower that you choose to draw. Okay, so I'm going to look at this one and I'm going to start to draw some of these petals. These petals are all kind of on top of each other, they're all overlapped. So I'm going to try, if I can, to add some detail that represents those petals on top of each other. So let's see. The shape is a little bit like this, and then there's another one inside, similar shape, and there's another one next to it. Oh, it looks like there's another big petal over this side and a couple of smaller ones poking behind. If you have a look at the bottom, it's got like a curved bottom there, so we need to add on a curved shape there. I'm now going to look at the stem of the tulip. That's really long and it's quite thin. It's got a big head and a long thin stem. Next we're going to look at the leaves. These leaves are a little bit wavy, so let's try and get some of that detail in. Quite wide. Okay, and same on the other side. They are long, wavy leaves. Okay, so let's compare that to the flower that I showed you earlier on. Okay, we've still got the same features. We have still got the petals and the stem and the leaves, but we've got more detail in this. I'm not too sure how much detail you can see on there actually, but hopefully you should be able to pick it up. If not, I have actually already drawn one earlier on. Okay, let's compare the two. Gosh, it's a little bit windy, isn't it? Hopefully that will sit still. Compare the two. They are both flowers. They've got all the features that we would expect to see. This one is an observational drawing that's got all the extra detail. It's got the shading and the shapes there, whereas this one is more a representation of what you think a flower might look like, and the shapes that make up a flower. Okay, so that's it. That's your art task for this week. When you're out and about, if you're in the garden or if you're able to go out on a walk, keep your eyes open, have a look for some flowers, maybe take a photograph of it, because then you can look back to really look at the detail. Draw it, maybe colour it in, and use some colouring pencils. You can use some felt pens or even some paints if you have got any paints at home. I'd love to see what you end up coming up with this week, so please email over whatever pictures you create and have some fun. Okay, bye.